Today on Newsbytes, Milley meets the Pope, US says leave Belarus, Mayorkas on climate over border, Saudi migrant killings, Gates touts biometric IDs, and Russia's lunar crash. All on today's Newsbytes. Okay, real quick, top U.S. military general Mark Milley met with Pope Francis at the Vatican today. They discussed issues including the war in Ukraine, where Milley said the Pope is very concerned about the loss of life and human tragedy. Milley has played a key role in sustaining the war by providing Ukraine military aid, training, and weapons. Pope Francis regularly calls for peace in Ukraine. Milley said they also talked, quote, a lot about Africa. All right, here's the scoop. The State Department issued an advisory urging Americans not to travel to Belarus, also advising Americans in Belarus to depart immediately. Quote, due to Belarusian authorities' continued facilitation of Russia's unprovoked attack on Ukraine, the buildup of Russian military forces in Belarus, and the embassy's limited ability to assist U.S. citizens residing in or traveling to Belarus. This follows the U.S. ordering embassy staff to leave Belarus in February. The alert also noted border and checkpoint closures on the border with the European Union between Poland, Belarus, Lithuania, and Latvia, adding that further closures of border crossings with Belarus are possible. Okay, check this out. Department of Homeland Security head Alejandro Mayorkas says that climate change, quote, is one of the most prominent threats that we face. Not the 2 million plus people from all over the world that have illegally crossed over the U.S.-Mexico border this fiscal year alone. Watch.
Former DHS Secretary Jay Johnson, someone who has held your role before, has told me he believes the climate crisis may be the greatest threat to U.S. national security. Do you agree with that?
I think it is one of the most prominent threats that we face.
Okay, and moving on to migration news, where Human Rights Watch have released a report that thousands of migrants were killed by Saudi Arabian guards at the Yemen border in 2023. They say that the migrants were shot like rain as they tried entering Saudi Arabia. Thousands of migrants a year cross by sea from the Horn of Africa to Yemen and then travel on to Saudi. Witnesses described guards severing legs and fingers by firing at close range. Bodies were described as strewn across the border area after artillery and gun attacks. 28 alleged explosive weapons incidents were documented, including mortar attacks. The Saudi government, however, has rejected the Human Rights Watch report as unfounded and says that its claims are unreliable.
All right, in case you missed it, Bill Gates on X made a comment disabled post that 850 million globally lack ID that proves identity. The post link redirects to a Gates Foundation article saying that low and middle income countries are more affected, specifically including unregistered children, and further adding that an open source global digital biometric ID system, MOSIP, created to help countries provide inclusive digital IDs, is necessary. The system scans either your fingerprints, iris, or face to create and verify your digital ID, which is linked to every service imaginable. 11 countries are piloting MOSIP systems so far, with over 90 million registered. The team is expected to enroll 1 billion in the next decade.
Okay, to the moon. Russia's Luna 25 spacecraft crashed into the moon's surface on Sunday. It was Russia's first lunar mission attempt in 47 years, and it was aiming to be the first spacecraft to land on the moon's south pole. Some precious frozen water and resources reside there. Contact was lost with Luna 25 on Saturday after it spun out of control and then later collided with the moon's surface. It was meant to land today in a race against similar Indian and Chinese moon missions. India's Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft is set to attempt to land its mission to the moon this Wednesday. Only 3 nations have succeeded in lunar landings before. They are the USA, the Soviet Union, and China.
Those are today's News Bites. What did you think? All of today's stories are on our website at Disclose.tv. Like and subscribe, hit the bell, leave your comments below, and join us again tomorrow on News Bites.